I became a Christian the summer after I graduated high school, so that would have been June of 1997. I'd actually been to Judgment House a few years before that, and that got my attention a lot, but I didn't truly become a Christian until June. We had went to church camp with Victory Baptist Church, and one of my best friends and I had got to talking one night after service and just realized that I didn't really have Jesus the way that I thought I did. And so he and I talked, went back to the room with all the other guys that were there, and had a long conversation with a lot of people, and just realized that I didn't have Jesus and I needed him. My faith grew a whole lot the year that my mama passed away. She had had bladder cancer, was a heavy smoker for years, and so chemotherapy was not really an option for her. They had ended up did radiation, which wasn't as damaging, but by that time her electrolytes had gotten all thrown out of whack, and so she went in the hospital, and she was never the same after that. And that was April of 2017. And so watching her fight and struggle, it was hard to do. It's hard to lose anybody you love suddenly, but it's also hard when you see them suffer for months. And so just trusting God through all of that was very difficult. I was blessed though, because when we told our kids that, Nana Wanda's not doing great, my oldest son asked me, he said, "Has Nana Wanda ever been saved?" And I said, "That's a conversation I need to have with her." And so I asked her, and she had oxygen on, and it was before she had a tracheotomy done. And so one of the last things that my mama ever said to me was, "Yes, I've been saved, but I've never been baptized." And so we had asked our pastor at the time if he would do it. And we were Baptist, but it had to be the sprinkle method. And she's just as baptized as anybody else is. And, seeing God work in that, even when things are not looking good from a physical perspective, really taught me just to trust God. The day before my birthday, so September the 5th in 2014, Destiny was 32 weeks pregnant at the time, and we'd went to watch fireworks there in Rockmart for the Homespun Festival. And as we were leaving, it was crazy how God worked out little details, because I was substitute teaching part-time and wore blue jeans to watch fireworks in September. And I hate blue jeans. Any other time I'd have been wearing shorts. We had a friend that was spending the night with us, one of Silas's friends. We had a big soccer game the next day. And so I backed into the parking space, which I never do. We had an empty parking spot beside us, which never happens. And so we were just hanging out there. And as we went to go get in the truck, I remember getting the door closed, hearing a lady scream. And as I looked up, there's a truck flying through the parking lot towards us. Destiny, sitting inside the car, happened to see the vehicle coming towards us, was able to reach back and grab Silas to pull him up. And the guy hit me about the same time he hit our car, and slung me probably 15 or 20 feet back. Then the truck came down the embankment towards where it had thrown me off, and then wheeled around, ran into a building, wheels still spinning, just chaos. But if we had been parked another parking spot to the left, it would have slung me into a brick wall. If it had killed me, that would have been it. The way that I rolled after it slung me, just a little grass courtyard area, and if the truck had been just a few feet one way or another, it would have run over me twice. Just seeing God work in the little details like that. And if he'd have come through 30 seconds earlier, it'd hit me and Silas both. And at the time, Silas was 7 years old, and so that would have been a bad day for Silas too. God's timing is not our timing. There may be things that we're anxious about or anxious for, things that we want, things that we don't want to happen. God's got the plan, and He's going to do it whatever's going to bring Him the best glory. So if we really love Jesus, then that's what we want, is God's glory. And it may be hard on us for a season, but ultimately, God's going to work it out.